God, sometimes modifying cars is so frustrating. Welcome to Bad Ideas Adventures. Today, we Raptor coat my tub. Another day, another toxic, independent moment.
Right, because there's a box tree behind there.
Why? It just sucks, honestly. We drive from Melbourne to Queensland without the Hume or the M1. This is the wrong way up. Start day 2. Just going to remind myself of everything I'm setting out here. I want 5-minute setups at camp. I want to sleep comfortably every night. I want to leave my bedding inside. And I want all my electrics to work without serious need for intervention every time I go camping. For day 2, and we have an absolute Christmas tree ready to assemble of inline pumps to make our hose work. I do, however, need to, before I get too carried away with my Christmas trees of fittings, go and pull lots of these screws out and just leave the head so that I don't spray them. I'm tempted to have a really good scrub through here again and just get any last bits. I did Sikaflex this before I went home last night, so the seam seal is done back up. But oh my God, look at that Mickey Mouse. Whoever gave me a drill bit really needed a warning that I was coming. So plan for today, get some paint on this bad boy. Get it relatively sealed up. The sun is shining. So hopefully the surface is nice and warm for me. And I can just get the layer on. Even if it's just a dusting of a first coat, it'll be all right. Craig has done me a beautiful line on the car here, so I want to make sure that I can get the line even, at least for the first coat, so I have something to go back to, and then hopefully it all shapes together today. Maybe a day or 2 in the sun, and then we'll get the cover on, get it all mounted in, and start putting this back together. But first we're going to do the hard part. First real job is to get this on the bare metal. Some lovely etch primer. I was going to avoid doing this because I'm terribly lazy, but I think it is actually a good idea, just to make sure all the metal we ground out is a bit sealed up. God, I'm glad that Sikaflex is there. Otherwise I'd have absolutely no chance of knowing if that went on from the sun. Maybe I'll repent for some past sins while I'm here. It's my first time doing Raptor coat, and I'm kind of excited that it's so forgiving, and the point of it is to cover up all the nonsense. Trying to get this smooth would be the devil. Oh, I shouldn't have done that first, that was silly. The second I paint one thing, I decide I want to paint everything. So why not my bumper? It's already thrashed. Dig up some plastic primer. Let that flash off. And then with my next coat of Raptor on the car, hit the bumper. So with that, it was back to the compressor and spraying out the rest of the bottle of TXT coat. Honestly, it's pretty cool. First time I've done something quite radical on this car. Oh, nice to do a proper build. It's going to be cohesive. It comes together pretty quick, although I'm pretty bad at being even, so I'm hoping I can even this out with the opposite direction sprays. It's quite hard to reach in the back there, so that's been a challenge so far, but we'll get there. And then, oh my God, excuse the bush mechanic shop, but this bloody bumper looks brilliant for what it is so far. I think it's going to come up Mickey Mouse. You know, another cool addition I didn't quite expect to do. I guess that's kind of the beauty of doing all this yourself. You kind of get to make the calls as you go and just keep customizing. I really like that. I much prefer that you can't go to the shops and buy the same thing as me. I don't know, it's different. And just like that, 2 litres later, we were ready to go home for the day.
The next day.
We are so back. We've left this on overnight, 24 hours for it to set as per the instructions. It did cop a little bit of outside stuff, but you know, you paint outside, you get outside problems. The one dumb thing I did is I did leave the masking tape on here for far too long. I should have pulled this off while this was wet. So I now presume when I pull this off, it will pull away with the layer that runs between it. But fingers crossed it doesn't completely destroy it. There is a lot of light spots, I would say. It's a little patchy, just a bit of white shining through. You can see it in spots there. So for instance, like it's just a bit thin. So I think one more coat today will be the key. And then from there, we will mount the roller cover this afternoon. I also need to put another coat on this bumper. It does look pretty schmick for what it is. Looks nice and thick on there and not a lot of colour showing through at all. I don't expect this to be a showpiece by any measure. It is a rear bumper that is going to cop many a hit. I just don't want it to look completely terrible. So yeah, plan today, air all this out, some compressed air, get a coat on, get it to start tack drying. I might pull the tape first, see how it comes up, then re-tape so that if I need to, I can get a clean line while I still have it in the gun and I don't need to touch it up with a rattle can later because I don't think it will look as good or last as well. So yeah, day 3, getting at it. Definitely an extra day than I thought for this. I thought this was a 1-day job, but you live and you learn. I'll be honest, I was pretty scared of spraying the side of the car. Just for overspray reasons, but it looks like it's actually survived okay. I haven't absolutely destroyed it. Ooh, okay. Where I can, I'm going to try and leave the plastic on. Ooh. Ooh. You know what? That's actually confidence inspiring enough that it's going to be okay. I'm going to put that back. Probably just going to stick that back on and start blasting. Yeah, that sounds more fun. While I was going yesterday, obviously everything was wet, so I'm not going to stand in it to get everything. But I think today, given how light it is in aspects and how bad I am at sort of getting what I need to, I think I'll actually climb in there, spray the sides so they're nice and thick, then sort of spray my way out. I think that's going to work the best. That way, hopefully, I get some decent final coverage for that last couple litres, because I don't want white to show through, but I don't really care because it'll be, I guess, under recover. But I do care that when I'm classically loading things in and out quite abruptly, it doesn't quite scratch off. I think that's what everyone tells me, is do the extra coat where you think it might get a lot of attention. What's worse than speckly looking Raptor coat is Raptor coat or Car Builder's TXT with scratches in it. So we're going to solve that today first, then hopefully we can mount the rest once it's tack dry. Good Lord, it's warm. That was hard work, only because it's so hot and I was sweating and trying to catch my sweat drips while spraying. But we got it on. It looks pretty good. I think it's probably good enough for my cause. I also, once again, got overzealous and started spraying the top of my roll cover because it just looked a bit tired, and I got a final coat on this bumper. So this can dry over the course of today. I'll put it back on. Hope it doesn't look rubbish, but I'll get this on the sawhorse there and get it prettied up when the dryness allows, and finish out the rest of that bottle of TXT. For now, it's time to unbag this bad boy while it's damp.
I think it must be damp.
This is the part of the video where you can stop, relax, and enjoy the unwrapping. What's my toxic trait? It's real simple. It's absolutely doing things alone that you just should have help for.
Yeah, buddy! Yeah! Wait!
Let's see. How we fit now? Ooh. Yeah. So, I've pre-drilled all my holes for this support bar. Now, I need to pump on some Sikaflex. I'm sure there was a rubber gasket in the original kit, but I tell you what, I don't feel like changing this setup anytime soon, so we're gonna just see how good Sikaflex is. Alrighty. So, I'm also going to put a really fat bead at the back of it in hopes that it's enough that I can push it on and into the groove behind it so it doesn't leak from there. Probably mega overkill, but when in doubt, power out. Or do your best, silicon the rest. Would I call it art? Definitely not, but the bar is in, Sikaflex on both sides. Plenty of it all over the ute, but while the rest of this gets nice and set and tough, I'm going to put the rear bumper back on and then come back in the morning, mount up the roller top, see where everything's got to sit. I'll need some metal screws and stuff from the shops, and then I've got to drill some holes for the drains. It looks like the best way to do it from what I'm seeing online is to actually drill in behind the tail light here and go down to an exit where the loom goes. So hopefully I can make that work without making too much mess. Otherwise I might have to get a little touch-up can of TXT coat and make sure I can repaint whatever I destroy. But an afternoon done, an absolute day of it, like 2 shirts worth of bloody mess. Yeah, this is modifying cars. Buckets of fun. Please don't punch me in the face while I'm out, you. Goodness me.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It's cross-centered. Sometimes tight is tight. I'm gonna regret that. So, breakfast of champions. You know, the old fridge cigarette. So, Raptor coat's done. We let it dry for a couple of days in the sun. Nice 30-degree heat. It's not perfect, but it's gonna do the job, and it's gonna be covered soon, which is what today's job is. So today we are putting on the roller cover. We're going to test fit it a few times. A couple of little niggles to figure out. I've lost some drain pipes for it, so I've got to figure something out for that. We also have to punch holes in things for drain pipes to go in. From what I see on the internet, I've got to pull the rear light out and drill some holes. I probably should have done that before I painted, but here we are. Then we will divide and conquer a little bit. We've got actually a decent workforce here today of buddies who are very helpful. We're going to put the roller top on, simultaneously take it off, figure out where the holes go, hopefully some align to some old holes so I don't have to have a Swiss cheese of a tub.
I'm wrong all the time.
And then start to work out the electrics when Craig decides to get scientific and Anthony decides to laugh at me for getting angry at running wires places. Do you want to crawl in a tub, Craig, or you want me to do it? I feel like he's going to be the fussiest. I feel like putting the fussiest guy in for the measurement. Anything funny there, like an extra drain hose that I've lost? Hey. Oh. Holding up. I think mark the outside of the bracket and we'll just hit the center of it. They're just huge, so they obviously distribute the load a lot more. I mean, it goes on the rail here, like that. Yeah, and then you can align it, that up again. Yeah, so it goes up on the bracket here, like that, and then it will align somehow there. So I think mark the edges of the silver bracket, and then we'll hit the center as our center point and measure out from the center again.
Yeah, it is. It's 50 mil. Put box tube behind there.
Why?
That's big boy.
Yeah, be distributed by 4 different self-sappers on each side.
Does your rooftop mount on here?
No, it mounts on here. That's my
On
concern.
this? Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of tend to agree with Craig on this.
Yeah.
You'll get away with it for now.
I reckon box tube after. We mount it now, and then we set
Before the tent.
before the tent.
Whole length? Oh, whole length, yeah.
Whole length. That way.
Yeah, so it's another distributed load point.
Because you riv nut it on here in 4 spots, and then you've got all there.
That's the right way
Because-
to do it.
Because the problem is, it's like my one, that all the weight is just going to be on those 2 points. They're going to be held in what, by tech screws?
Yeah, and dreams and hopes and prayers. Yeah, I'm with you. I like it. That's before we mount the tent job. While definitely a significant setback, it was definitely the right choice. That is love and care.
We've actually got a drill that you can go through instead. So we've been sent on a mission to Bunnings to get some box steel. We've got to reinforce the rails. Yeah, so here we are.
Alrighty, let's see. So, the internet said it can go here, pressed up against the wall, but it comes at a cost, which I'm willing to pay currently. This will never be fully flat again, but that is a muchness to pay for the fact I never have a 5th passenger and don't care if they have to sit against that for a small period of time.
I see a chiropractor.
So, the next question is, would we be confident in mounting that here and then maybe the electrics box there, the control panel, and then routing everything else up and over or around to where it can go out to the tub?
Who's this?
Yeah, we can put it some.
Fucking tubes there.
We can put it somewhere else in the car. Pardon?
Don't need it.
Need it for this.
No.
Also to wind my tyre down.
Tide delete.
I was tempted for a water tank. So, plan is, we've got 3 factory? We've got 3 factory little holes here, and we're going to make a plate out of this plywood premium, by the way. And Jimmy's arrived. Hello, Jimmy. So we'll measure this up, make some riv nuts here, put a bracket up, and hopefully it holds tight.
Tight like a tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pull that away for a second. Yep.
Happy with that? Because you got the whole.
Same as this side. Yep. So that'll be there.
Yeah.
While they argue in the back there about the reinforcement bar, which I'm very thankful for, I'm going to see if my jerry-rig little mount will work. If I've done this correctly. Yes, 1 down. Oh yeah, that one doesn't quite line up. So while we had a few men working on the bracing, I decided to jump back in the car and finish off this battery mount. Bracing was hard work. Trying to fit a square tube to a round tub was beyond frustrating. But by home time, we'd all had it. So frustrating. The whole process today of trying to tub of this car, and for something that sounds easy in principle, it was the most frustrating portion of this build so far. I am so filthy. It just fought us at every second. I might not get it done before I go back to work, which means my weekends are tanked. Everything's imperfect. This is barely fabricating. This is strengthening by shoving steel into things, but it just sucks. I lost a whole day today of build, and thank God I had all the help of my friends. I just want to get this done. And sometimes when you get mad at stuff, get your blowtorch. Almost lost my face there. Oh my God. This is really cool. This is when everything starts to be super neat.